Whether you're camping solo or you're heading to a campsite with the whole family, you want to make sure your experience is more comfortable. Joining us now with a look at the top products that you need to do just that is Jacob Palmer from Best Reviews. Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. You know, I hope that these products help parents, especially as we get ready for the summer season.
And summer season really is here at our footsteps, and we can't go camping without a good sleeping bag.
Yeah, and this one is perfect for the kids for a few reasons. You know, it's from Coleman, which is one of these brands that they do the essentials, but they just do them well. And in the Best Reviews testing lab, what we found made the difference here is one feature, and that's that it makes it easier to roll it up so the kid can contribute him or herself. And so we absolutely love that because we had a child go out with it, kept him warm overnight. You know, it got down to 50 degrees, no problem. But then at the end, you know, they were able to contribute during packing up, which is the least fun part of camping. So we wanted to make sure the parents have at least that much help.
That's so smart because that really is the hardest part. And you want to make that a little bit smoother and more comfortable. And speaking of comfort, what better way to do that on your feet than these shoes?
And so what we have here are the On Clouds, which if you're paying attention to what people are wearing on their feet, they are everywhere. And we brought in the kids pair today because we were thinking, you know, what is it that's going to make summer a little bit better? You know, something you can take out playing in the yard, something you can take out on a hike, something you can take to summer camp or out camping anywhere. And these are the ones that really stood out to us. You know, they are a little bit expensive at a little bit more than $100 a pair, but we view these as one of those, you know, investments that if you spend a bunch of money on a few different pairs of shoes, why not just consolidate it into one? And these stood up to all the tests that we put them through.
Well, you also want to invest in your skincare, and no better way to do that than sunscreen, actually.
And take it from me, you know, I do have a young child myself, and the hardest part about the summertime is kind of the wrestling match where you want to get the sunscreen on them. So we brought in this one from Banana Boat, which does have the spray feature, which just makes it that much easier for parents. And so that's where the real recommendation comes in. And then in the testing lab, that when we were using it, we always want to test what the manufacturers are claiming and see if it stacks up. This promises 80 minutes of water resistance. We found that it went even a little bit further than that. And so we absolutely loved it for that reason because it gives you all those different uses you can use over the summer.
Well, this is perfect for the kiddos, and something else that is perfect for the kiddos is helping them stay a little bit more organized.
Yeah, again, you know, I've been talking a lot about what we like at Best Reviews, and one of the main things is making sure that people don't have to buy something twice. And when you're sending your child off to summer camp, there's a real prospect they don't return with everything that they went there with. And so this label maker from Brother was our favorite when we did some side-by-side testing because the labels it creates are just more durable than the competitors. You know, it's designed for office or even industrial use, you know, being out on construction sites and things like that. So this can stand up. If it can stand up to a construction site, I hope it can stand up to your preteen going off to summer camp because this makes sure that they come back with everything you sent them with.
Well, speaking of summer camp, you can't go to summer camp without something to pack your bag in, and that's the perfect bag to do it.
Yeah, and so another thing that we love is we love when we can find something that's as good as the more expensive versions of it. And so this bag that you can find on Amazon for about $40 stood up in the side-by-side testing with the bags that were, you know, almost 3 times as expensive as this one. And the other thing we like about it is that you can see it's pretty small. You know, it's not a huge bag, so it is great for the kids that have smaller stuff, but it also is expandable, so you can fit, you know, they claim about 10 liters more of capacity by expanding it out. And so it has the features, it has the durability, and it has the price point that we absolutely love.
Well, it sounds like you can plan your whole summer in that darn bag. But thank you so much, Jacob. These are super useful, especially heading into summertime.
And thanks so much for having me. We hope we can get people out there having a good time this summer.
If you'd like to learn more about any of these great camping products, just head to bestreviews.com or scan that QR code on your screen.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar, and you can find more on the products and where to buy them on our website after today's show.